Good morning. I'm Corky Krabbenhoft. 2 weeks ago at church, I was led by the Holy Spirit to give testimony to my stewardship journey. It started back in the 70s. I was at that time going to another church, but for the first time I was asked to fill out a pledge card. And I'd always just dropped $1 or $2 on the plate when it had passed by, and I had to make up my mind what number I was going to put down, and the number $5 came up, and I guess I'll get $5 when I get here every week. So when I didn't come to church, the church didn't get their $5. But during that period of time, the word became alive in me for some reason. During that year, I said, I'm not keeping up with my pledge. And so I struggled to make up for what I had not been keeping up with. The following year, there was a fellow, much like me, was giving his testimony about his giving. And he challenged everybody to increase their giving from this year to the next. And then he said, figure out what percentage of your gross income is that. And I challenge you, he said, next year when you're here, add 1%. And before you know it, you will be a tither. If you're not tithing now, you will be in a number of years. I'd never looked at tithing as an incremental thing. And I took on that challenge. Starting out, I think it was 6-7% at the time. It initially was a burden to elevate myself up to the 10%. But once I got there, things have gone well, and it's no longer 10%, it's much more. Originally it was just something I had to do, and because I pledged to do it, but I feel now that it has contributed to my well-being, and because of my faithfulness to him. And another thing he noted, he says, when you make out your check, make it the first check that you write that week after you get your pay put onto your checking account. Make it the first thing. He said, it's been my experience, the other things will be there when you need to pay them. I had an opportunity to withdraw some money from that, what I had accumulated over many years from the 70s into 1995. I took out $20,000, and I said, oh, I got to write a check, $2,000 tithe. So that was my first tithe from my withdrawals from my IRA, so to speak. When I became 60, I made another withdrawal, a normal IRA withdrawal, and then anything I took out, I tithed that. Now, over the years since 1995, those funds that I was picking out from, when I originally left my work and I started to withdraw, had doubled. I still have that same amount of money in my IRA, double what I left when I retired. And I think the amazing thing is that I have contributed out of that IRA, or withdrawn out of that IRA, 3 times what I originally had. I just felt that all this time that whenever I had to put down a number, God was there helping me, make the decision as what to write down. So I hope maybe today somebody is inspired, like I was inspired many years ago, to maybe make some sort of decision that will be advantageous to their future and also to the church today. Thank you.